Scaling your real estate business from $100,000 to $3 million. Let's break this down now. Let's do above 100 grand. So again, 100,000 to about 250-ish. And some guys can do more. There's some guys that are badasses, and if they're flipping and they're getting high equity flips, you can do $500,000, $600,000, $800,000 as a one-man show. But you're working your butt off because you're doing all the different processes of the business. You're doing acquisitions, you're doing lead gen, you're doing prospecting, construction. You're maybe not probably personally doing construction, but if you know, after 758, you just ran out of time. You just can't do anymore. How do I know? Well, I don't know. One day I'll get my first deal going. I'll let you guys know how I did it. But let's break down what a company starts to look like. At the hustle level, you got you, and you are two things. CEO, you're the janitor, which means you're making the messes. I like this job way better, by the way. That's what I do now. And you're cleaning up all the messes because you got no one else to do shit for you. That's at the hustle level. But you get to be this part. So let's start with this part, right? Now, where a lot of investors bump into trouble is thinking that they're this part without the responsibility that goes with being that part. Oh, my leads, my acquisition guys suck, my dispo sucks, my comps suck. If your suck sucks, then probably the buck needs to stop here. So what we're gonna break down is actually this thing right here, but we're gonna talk about it. And we're gonna talk about what a real estate company looks like once you've scaled up beyond this level. And then we're going to talk just a little bit at the end about another kind of graphic that we kind of go over a lot. It's about where do you actually insert yourself and where do you not insert yourself, because that's the part that depends. The first thing we're going to go over is what every scaled real estate company looks like from a high level, from up here. And I've talked about this in our private group a lot. I've talked about it at $1 Million Meeting before, so it's not really new information, but it's the same organization, the same company structure at the high level as it is at starting to scale out from the lower level, because you got to understand the picture. And then after you kind of start doing more stuff, you start to realize, well, maybe I want this job and this job because I like doing it or because I'm good at it, and then branch out from there. So what that means from an action point perspective is that maybe you like acquisitions, and maybe your critical path and your critical point of failure isn't acquisitions. Maybe it's dispositions, so you suck at selling stuff. Well, maybe you hire dispo instead of acquisitions. Or maybe you like rehabbing, but you don't have any time to do the transaction coordinating and the process-oriented stuff. So maybe you hire a personal assistant. So that's why a lot of folks want to say, here's how the company needs to look, and everyone's company needs to look exactly the same, with them just sitting up here and just telling people who needs to do what, versus, okay, what are our actual skill sets as a company owner? And then how do we want to apply those skill sets to the different jobs that are necessary in the company? Because fundamentally, we want to build a company that we want to have, and we want to build a company that, again, works for us, not where we're working for it, but we still, at least while we're getting going, we still need to work in the company to a certain extent.